Can we have the president? I've got a president here in this group. Brett, thank you, Brett. Who's the president in this group? Can you step forward, please?
Good, good. Come to the stage.
Who's our president? Come, president. Waiting for you. Thank you, president.
Please come to the stage.
Choose president. Come join us. Perfect. We have a female president here in this group. Join us here. Thank you. Anyone here? Yes, come in front. Thank you. Come. Thank you. Thank you.
Please come to the stage. The presidents.
The president's men nominated by your team.
How many presidents are we expecting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more. I think we're one more short.
Good, 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 good. Thank you.
I don't see anyone from the stable here. I'm waiting for the president of the stable. Thank you so much. Have you sent someone?
Okay. Can we have a microphone? A mic, please.
Is our president here?
Mic for the presidents.
Choose one, someone. Thank you. Come join us. Come.
Okay. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. One will do, I think. That is fine. That is fine. We've got 6 presidents. Thank you. So who would like to start? Who would like to start your manifesto? Who? Thank you. Please step forward.
Share your name and your thoughts. And
yeah, you can even. Thank you. 3.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rulani. And I'm with that group down there, so they elected me as a spokesperson to launch their manifesto.
All right.
I wouldn't be a politician if I didn't say, well, the first question, do we believe it's going to be the best? Well, we're a combination of yes and no's. Some believed that things have gone bad. But I think at the end, we sort of agreed on that we've got to have hope. We might not be the number 10 best, but we've got a lot going for us. We just need the right leadership to take us to that next level. And also part of the argument that I also made as well, I said, we might be a bad in terms of all the things that we read in the news, but there's also a lot of good that we have in our advantage, like where we are currently located, climate for tourism. We don't have any near wars, a war near us like it happening in Europe. So we can be quite safe in a way. And then the second one, are we thinking of leaving or staying? I think we're staying. I think we can stay and solve most of our problems. And also, it's easier to start a business and make money in SA if we have the right climate. Like I gave the example that it's easier to make a rand than it is to make $1. So you want to go start a business in the USA, it's going to take you a lot of resources for you to do that. So we want to stay and make sure that we make the best out of SA. And then by this time next year, what would the reasonable target to reach in terms of the increasing number of university students? Currently at 10, we probably said it's still going to remain the same. Between now and next year, not much will change. We're all in the campaigning season. We're campaigning, so we won't have time to go to school and encourage all the students. So we'll stay at 10%. Not much going to change. What would you like to change is obviously give graduates opportunities, remove the experience part, and let them get into the workplace. Make use of some of the government programs like the YES programs, the Section 12H programs, to entice employers to employ more students. And that. Okay, and then on the factors, I think everyone had their own answer there. So corruption, irregular expenditure that has been going up. So all of that money could have gone to create more jobs so that we can fix infrastructure and obviously lessen our crime. And then strategies that would be most effective in attracting talent. We looked at the motivating factors, not only the hygiene factors of money in the workplace, but also creating opportunities, allowing people to grow. Even if they don't grow in terms of hierarchy, but they do grow in terms of work responsibilities and people becoming multi-skilled, and that will retain them. They don't always have to go out to grow. They can grow within an organization that allows for that. And then the final question, the bonus question, President, I think we agreed on work integrated learning, allowing graduates into the workplace, as many as we can. I think if people are given those opportunities, we can lessen a lot of their unemployment and other issues, and removing the criteria for experience, because a lot of graduates do not have the experience, but allowing them into the workplace under any other program will allow them to grow and also learn what the workplace is all about. So,
Okay, thank you.
cool. Thank you.
President Rulani and team. And I know we're eating into your lunchtime, and I know a hungry audience is a dangerous audience. So if we can keep the report back to the last two questions, strategies to retain talent, and President for one day. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Manisha from the Graduate Institute of Financial Sciences. And my group today, we are a very optimistic group, and we believe that South Africa will change and be a better South Africa, hopefully from next year. And all the changes will be made, and we would empower our youth as our industry trains and educates for the future. So if we were president for a day, we would lower the cost of studies to allow a lot of the communities that cannot afford to study the opportunity to free education, but also when you are in the universities and you're in the education space, you need to be allowed to travel, eat, textbooks, and a good facility to study. So we would lower the cost of studies. Corruption, we have funds in South Africa, and we need to spend it wisely. So we would work together to spend funding, instill values, increase the quality of education, and we would create proper internship programs to allow the students coming out of school into university and into the workplace to integrate, as Rulani said, to teach students how to be work smart and not only book smart. And this will better South Africa, the education and the workspace. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next.
If I was president for a day. So this is coming from an unemployed graduate. So I feel like personally, job opportunities is a big thing for youths to keep them in the country and also to progress them. Because if you satisfy their needs, they're going to want to evolve, want to improve themselves, families' lives, and also people around them. I feel like personally, it's a bit tough to say in a room like this as an unemployed grad, but I feel like graduate programs these days is just to tick off a balance sheet, a scorecard. I think it needs to be more formalized, where there can be like programs where you teach unskilled labor force how to program. You teach them data science skills, because programming you can learn on the internet. Yes, YouTube, it's amazing. But when you put on your CV, I've learned this, I've got these skills, the jobs don't come. You can try and hustle and even study an MBA, but you're still unemployed. So I think like opportunities has to come, because I know there's so much talent in this room, and I think like leaders have to, firstly, students have to take accountability, number one, but also leaders to promote everything around them, because there's so much potential. I know a mentor of mine, Sean Naidu, he's the CEO of Absa Insurance. So he's taken on an initiative where there's a mentorship program where he's taking unskilled youths and he's growing them. He's talking to Kirshen as well, where we can implement and assist young teens, to improve. And I think that has to come from leaders as well, just to improve ourselves, so we get a chance in the workforce to be our best selves. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you. Thank you. Opportunity is a key word. Thank you. Next.
So we're just from the group in the front over there. So we were also quite an optimistic group. We really believe in South Africa and all the opportunities that we really have to offer the world as a nation. So we said, as a president, we would focus on improving the quality and accessibility of education, creating job opportunities, and fostering a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship. We would also implement policies to ensure safety and security. We want to reduce corruption. We want to enhance the overall quality of life. And we also want to provide incentives for businesses to hire graduates, improving infrastructure and creating a supportive environment for also the small and medium-sized businesses. Would also be key strategies to retain, students to stay in South Africa. We have fantastic human capital in South Africa, and we really need to take care of our younger generation and provide opportunities for them. And
Thank you.
That's going to keep us here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Colette Ngove. Actually, from our group, what we have realized is the two things: corruption and crime and unemployment. Everything boiled down to that. In order to retain the talent, first things, you need to create safety for people, because there's too much fear in South Africa, most especially because of violence, crime. If we can able to deal with that and make sure that everyone feels safe and secure, that itself will make people not run away. I'm talking about this because I got a daughter who's in UK. She's a CA. When she went there 2 years back, I sent her just for experience. So when she was there, she didn't want to go. She said to me, "Dad, I'm not coming back. I'll just visit you." There is no opportunity in South Africa. Because what we did, I think we also need to move away being a consumer. South Africa's got money. Why I say this, everywhere corner you see more, and you see people buying. You ask yourself, where did they get money? Instead of creating an industrial society where people, when they complete, they know that I'm guaranteed for employment, then that is a problem. We only create consumers, we encourage them to consume. Where do they get money? They have to go and do crime in order to get money. So we need to change from taking any opportunity and industrialize and create more industry. And then once we have done that, it means our student will be guaranteed for employment. So they know that when I complete, I got employment. I'm running a call center organization. You can't believe how many people, students come there with a degree in law, BComs. I couldn't believe that a BCom student could not get a job at the moment and start employing, being an agent for call center. So that shows that we are not creating enough industrial society where people can be guaranteed for employment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Is it on? Good afternoon, everyone. It's tough to present after those presentations, especially from the young men over there. My name is Ofenze. I'm a Lions board member, so welcome to our beautiful facility. Thank you for joining us today. Our group is quite diverse, and I think there's similarities in terms of what the other groups had. And key for us was accountability for leadership. There's a lot of anti-corruption hotlines. There's a lot of, if you go wrong, this will be done to you. It's all good and well on paper, but nothing actually gets done. And that's why things go wrong. Nobody actually stands up and says, what you've done is great, kudos to you, what you've done is wrong, and we're gonna do something about it. So all of that then trickles down into everything else that you need to do, whether it's building infrastructure, creating people who create jobs instead of creating consumers. It all boils down to how do we make sure that what we have on paper makes sense? We've got companies like Brand SA. How do they sell the country to us as the citizens of the country, not to the outside world? It's all good and well to have a UK leading newspaper say that we're top 10, but what are the citizens of the country saying about the country? Take it from them and understand where you need to change so that this country can retain those young people. Private sector is willing to invest and give the young people bursaries, internships, stipends, whatever you choose to call it. but they don't trust the government that they need to work with to then make sure that those bursaries and internships come together. So it's all one nice little messy circle that we're rotating in, and it all boils down to governance and accountability. So if we were president for the day, specifically going back to students, it would be to make sure that they are employable before they graduate. So how do you give them on-the-job practical experience in the sector that they want to be employed in? So they don't sit there looking at a job advert that says 3 to 5 years experience and they don't have it. And that's a basic requirement for someone who just graduated. How do you make the work sector make sense to someone who's got a year and a half to go of their degree or their diploma, so that by the time they walk out there, they know that they're ready for the sector? And the private sector is willing to do it. We just need to step up and be accountable as leaders and do the work that we need to do, and not just have the greatest constitution and the greatest everything on paper and not actually apply it.
Thank you.
Thank you
so
very much.
My name is Maria. I'm with the PPS group from Europa Communications, and thank you so much, Lions, for hosting us in this wonderful meeting today. So, being, I think, the last president to speak, we echo very much what my colleagues and other presidents have said. We are a positive country at our table. We are staying. We see patriotism and moves to motivate patriotism within South Africa, among South Africans, a sense of ownership as an important group, homework that we all have to do. And I agree, Brand South Africa and a lot of other entities have a role to play in it. If we were the president for a day, very much the common thread here is tying up the high education with the job market, reducing that gap, making more formal work on the job, what happens once I have my diploma in my hands. And for the Gen Zs, that is very much a sense of I'm living for myself, I'm earning for myself. I think many of the Gen Zs strive for that. So how can we make that possible for them? That they don't have a feeling of despondency once they get the diploma and exit from the university or college. So there is a lot of work to connect some of the dots and make use of programs or create new programs and so on. And I'm going to read what one of our citizens at the table said. Create and implement. And implement is actually underlined, a workable roadmap to economic inclusion through formal sector employment, innovation hubs, both at tertiary level and in townships, and impactful public sector programs. So I think that kind of speaks to that. And then I quite loved the one where we said we need more, to be more free, to feel that we can try, and trying and even failing and trying again is a great life lesson. And then we are not scared to start a new entrepreneurial business. And if each of us, as we said, employs 1 or 2 people, we are kicking, you know, and we are creating new wealth and allowing for a flow of abundance, because it is about a flow as opposed to feeling restricted. That I think that's where, for me, some of the secret also lies. Thank you so much, Dr. Nick and Ev.
Thank you very much. Thank you to your presidents. Thank you for a very meaningful debate. And so that proves that, yes, we can. Definitely, right? We can co-create a better future. So with that said, please enjoy your lunch.